What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky transforming things review sort of instructional video, we're going to go through the train bots from Moon Studio and put them all in combine mode. And then the next video we'll do the actual combine mode. Yeah, I know in other videos I've done the combine mode for each review, but that's when it's convenient to do so. It's like, because those previous combiners all came as a box set, I could do that. These I had to buy separately, film separately, up until the last 3 or so, which I kind of overlapped a little bit. So we're gonna go from start to finish here, and we'll get them all done. Some are easier than others. The one I'm most worried about is Moonshine, because if you saw in the review, he's definitely got issues. Now, getting him back into train mode here was a little bit easier the 5th time or so. And realistically, almost all of these, with the exception of the big boy here, are meant to go into combine mode from train mode. He's going to be a little bit more work than the rest of them. For that reason, I think he's easier to get there from bot mode, but we're going to go from train mode. And we're going to start with our leg boys. Alright, so starting with Dark Knight here, who I believe is technically the first robot. We always want to come down here and close up the wheels, and in this case we want to flip the rear ones forward and tab them in to there, and that's essentially done. The other thing you want to do is come up here, grab this guy, and I believe it's meant to... Where's this meant to tab in? I thought it was meant to go here, but maybe not. Oh wait, no, I think it's meant to go here. Yeah, so this panel right here, you want to tab that on. Now that one, that door itself actually has a hard time staying on in mine, so it's just, you know, a bonus thing. Now we need to come up here. I'm trying to remember, I think we do need to unfold the legs. So it's been a while since I put the legs in combine mode, so this is the one that's going to be the hardest for me to remember. We do want to go ahead and, there we go, untab those. Kind of push them away from each other. And we want to come to the center section here. And where's the... Okay, so here, unplug this from the roof, like that. Pull this flap up. So this is essentially going to stay up, and this whole panel that just shut itself down needs to come up along with the rear roof panel, which is set down on top of this section. So, oops, that's the wrong end of the spudger, like that, and pick that up. And what I did back here was accidentally unplug all that. So we want to take the roof, fold it in on itself, and just slap this right back where it was. Like so. So that basically opens up the whole section here of the legs, which gives us all of this to work with. These parts here are going to be important here in a minute after I remember how to do the frickin' legs. If I remember correctly, we need these guys to rotate up and over. Okay, so yeah, so this is something I forgot, or actually I got confused with in the review itself. If you guys go all the way back to when I reviewed this a few months ago, I got confused as to the positioning of the legs, because this whole section needs to rotate up and in, but you can't do that with all of this tabbed in place. So we want the leg to come up. Oh, I'm sorry, go around and through, I believe. Which way is it supposed to go? No, it's supposed to go up and in. Yeah, like that. Right? Why do I feel dumb? Feeling dumb all of a sudden. Because all this needs to stay the same. Oh yeah, I forgot to fold the wheels flat. Sorry. Maybe it's... Hold on. I know that has to move. Oh, I just undid all that. I should have bumped out the instructions. That would have been a good idea. So, straighten this out. Again. I want the knee to be straight and this part to move. Okay. Yeah. So, this needs to come in like so. What's going on over here? Oh, the panel is in the way. Go figure. So we want this to come up and in like so. So we're shortening the legs. You can see how this panel is here, this panel's here. That's what I was doing. And then we want to bend there. So all of this is now out. That does that. The wheel stays there. This is all the same. Something moved, didn't it? Okay. Yeah, the side of the train moved. That's not supposed to happen. Okay. So, tab that down. Everybody's good. Okay, so let's do the same thing on the other leg. So, we need to flip this up. We need enough clearance here to get the wheel up and out of the way. I want to rotate this guy in. Man, this is just annoying. Once again, I only done this once or twice, and it's been a while. So get the whole leg up in there, and then close this. Wait, what? Oh yeah. So if you don't rotate the thigh up, your tab hole won't be in the right spot to lock it in. So there's a slot there that will lock into once you have it lined up proper. I think the knee is one click off. There it goes. And then we want to get that in place. Somebody's out of whack here. Okay, so this. Go ahead and line up all our panels like so. Tab everybody together the way they need to be. Like that. Something moved. Oh, it's the hip. Okay. Oh, I forgot. With this, you can't... Is this supposed to be... Yeah, that's just like that. Okay. I was just thinking it needed to be tabbed away, but it does not. You can tab the wheels back together, though. That solidifies your foot. Like so. Fix this. Tab that guy in there. All this is special. Okay, so now what you need to do is utilize this hinge and this hinge, and you're going to clamp this over that, and then that over that, because they've reversed of each other. And I believe that is it. And he leans that way. I believe he is the right foot. I need to double check before I go too far. So there we go. There is our Dark Knight in leg mode as it goes. Okay, next leg bot. This one is a little bit more tricky in how some of these panels need to go, but he's also simpler in that you don't have to flip the legs around in the same way. But you do still want to come back here to the door and plug that. You still want to close the window, or the windows, the wheels, and then tab that in there. Is this where this one goes? One of them I thought plugged down here. Could be wrong. Or maybe it does the same thing and plugs in on the inside of the roof. Either way. We need to... Did you split the nose? I don't think so. I think we just need to flip this part up. So this one, being the first train bot I got, it's kind of hard to remember everything about it. But this part, I know we want to pry up. And we want to bring this up and bring the whole thing up. And you've got slots here and tabs, and we want to tab those together. I want this to come down, so it's almost like the tongue of a shoe. And then I believe we want it to basically be like that. Now, we do have crotch of robot there. So we need to untab this, which goes that way and out just a little bit. Try to free it up. Now, these panels have a tendency to pop off on mine. If they do on yours, well, you know my pain. And I'm sure they'll do it again here. So this one especially loves to pop off. Okay, so untabbed, untabbed. There we go. So that'll be good for being able to see what's going on anyways. So you still have the slot here in the side of the thigh. When we flip it up, that's going to coincide with this tab here. You know, so it was like this, and then when it's vertical, it'll be like that. And that's the one part that over here, I believe it is, I had to trim down the tab. So I think this is essentially done. So all we need to do is make this vertical. Okay, yeah, so this needs to come up and over the roof. My bad. Like that. Make that vertical. So once again, we have that slot there. And this one, this is the one I had to trim down because the paint is technically too thick. And we will close this around the back end just like we did before. And we also need to go ahead and cinch up the wheels. This guy needs to be plugged back onto the ball joint, which I'm glad that it comes off instead of breaking. So I mean, there's that, you know, there's the aspect of it not breaking that's always great, but it's the annoyance that it always pops off. Okay, so we want to, well, make sure that this is on the correct side when I do that, for sure. Dang it. So now I'm stuck on the wrong side here. Pop it off. Stick it back in, like so. And when I do this, for those who don't see what I'm doing, so tab there, I took the spudger, I put it behind the ball joint, and I just push. Like that. All right, so we want to close up these so you can see how far this one sticks into the thigh and how far that one doesn't, and that's after trimming it down. So I mean, it's close, but so we need to hook the bottom here. Actually, this one's pretty straightforward now that I look at it. And there we go. Now the thing I don't have is where this guy, oh, was it meant to go? Right there. You didn't see that. Right there. So that was my bad. I knew it went somewhere back there. I just couldn't remember where. Yeah, because this one doesn't have that. So I'm gonna have to, in between videos here, I'm gonna have to double check and see which one goes where, because I don't remember which one's which leg offhand. So there we go. There's our two robot legs.